So grab your seat, no need to go far. It's the real story from Alex Zahara.
But in this particular movie, there are names, but there's Tony Todd.
Yeah, you know, I'm in the same movie as him. We didn't have any scenes together because I'm dead by that time. But still, like, here's my connection to Tony. So in 1993, 94, somewhere there, Candyman came out, or 95 or whatever.
Terrified me. And I'm a Clive Barker fan.
Oh yeah, me too. But so before that, when Groundhog Day was on the scene, just coming out, we got a call in the Film Society room at UBC. We were at the Film Society, and you know, people like interested in film, and we ran a 450-seat theater. And this guy from Columbia TriStar Pictures called up and said, "Hey, do you guys want to host the West Coast premiere of Groundhog Day?" I'm like, "Yeah, hell yeah!" So we did that, and it was so successful. They said it was perfect. You guys did perfect with it. We got one other one. You want to do Candyman? I'm like, "Yeah." So I hosted the West Coast premiere of Candyman, at least in Canada that I know of, and that was my real intro to Tony Todd. Like, I could see, oh yeah, that's who that guy is. But then you look like in all the shows he was in, like, just, oh yeah, here, oh yeah, there, like he's like myself in respect, and I don't mean to, you know, paint us with the same brush, because, you know, but character actors, but very good character actors, and our job is to disappear into the film and the role, like, not to stand out per se. I've done shows where people are like, "Oh, this is my favorite show." I've done a play, live action play. And when I played an older man in it, like, funny enough, I played a 55, 56-year-old man, my age now, when I was like 30. And one of my lifelong childhood friends saw the play and didn't recognize me.
Congratulations. That's the best compliment, I think.
There you go.
I would
that's
walk
it,
away
like,
happier than ever.
Totally. Well, Tony and I, in some respects, disappear into our roles, and I, not to ally myself with him or whatever, but I think he's incredible. I was, God bless his soul, and the effort he made coming out to do that film and to put a button on his character and the whole series like that, like, just, yeah, it was amazing. I heard he was just an incredible gentleman, and I wish, because we were invited to go to set, but I was working or doing whatever, and I just couldn't make it. And I was like, oh, yeah. But
no,
we had a standing.
I didn't think you guys shared a scene. I haven't seen it yet. I just my life.
No,
but when I saw he was in it, yes, great. That's where he needs to be in this. But then I was like, oh wow, maybe they got to meet and hang out after set. But yeah, I think it's a fair comparison, because if you dig into Tony Todd, like, just he's there, and like, wait, he was in that. Like, he has a very memorable face. You as well, and you oh yeah, he was there. That's just a really cool thing. So. Yeah, that's a great. I think it's fair to use the same paintbrush for you both. Like you have been there, you've done it.
Yeah, but he changes his energy. Like with every, see, people get that with every character. It's a change of energy. Like back to the Stargate and the different characters. Every character has a different energy, a different walk, a different way of talking, a different way of movement, a different way of expressing themselves. So that's just it. It's not just like, there are physical and physiological differences that I literally and other actors feel when portraying characters. So that's why, you know, people like Tony have had such great careers. And like, I think I've done 160 or 70 shows, and yeah, a lot of people go, "You were in that? Oh, you were in that?" Well, because like, I disappear into it, like, you know, and they're like, "That's my favorite episode." Well, remember the guy who does it? Yeah, that was me. And they're like, "What?" You know, like,
hey, this isn't a planned question, but have you ever, like, you go to conventions, you go out to eat, you go to a bar, whatever you're doing, have you ever eavesdropped a conversation where they're talking about something you've done, be it Stargate or anything? You've done a billion things, and I just don't want to go through this, and heard them, and you just tell me, actually, that happened because of this. And like, how would you know?
Right. You know,
like,
yeah. I haven't really had a lot of those per se, but I've had some really lovely comments and compliments where, like, I really care about people, and I'm a bit of a humanitarian in some respects, and I'm a bit of a softie, over my heart on my sleeve. My wife and I watch, All Creatures Great and Small. Yes, the thing about a veterinarian in the war during World War II in small town rural England, and I cry like a baby when puppies are born. Come on, you know. So I wear my heart on my sleeve, and so when these people that come from around the world, spending their hard-earned money and coming to see, you know, the regulars and myself, of course, like, I totally respect that. I totally get that. And I'm like, you know what? I will talk to people. Like, when I sign autographs, I don't just go, like, here you go, whatever. I go, hey, what's your name? And I shake hands. Tell me something about yourself. Like, where are you from? What do you do? What do you do for fun? What brought you to Stargate? Whatever. And then I go, okay, Dear Steve, thanks for keeping us safe in the skies. He's an air traffic controller. Check me out. Let's hope we meet in space one day or whatever. You're signed Alex, your favorite alien, right? Something like that. So I personalize it because, yeah, it's, I've had people comment and compliment, and I've had recently just say, you're such a nice man. And, you attended the convention was so nice because my buddy Dan and we go to these Stargate conventions, but we'll host like a karaoke night. And we've done this little sketch comedy stuff, skit comedy, but we like to have fun because if you're just going to try to like make some bucks off of people signing autographs, you're in the wrong venue. The Stargate people especially, they like to have fun.
That's one of my least favorite thing about conventions. It's either the extremely long line that costs $50 to get your arms sort of around a celebrity for a photo. I don't know. Like, if I met you, I met you. I don't need a picture with you. I don't. I'm not that guy. I like meeting people and talking to them, but the people that are giving you time and wanting to engage in conversation, you could tell those people. My friends who go to conventions all the time only talk about the people that they really connected with. That's why people go. Totally. It's not just for the autograph. I think a lot of times some people just want to sell something on eBay, right? But
no. I refuse to let people just get an autograph. That's BS. Like, you've come too far, spent too much money. You're going to have a piece of me and take me home with you. And that's why I have a Stargate picture with like the Stargate and all my main characters on all the chevrons around it. Sometimes I'll just like, I'll go, dear Susan, thanks for taking me and the boys home with you. LOL. Right. Because it's all my characters. But like my buddy Dan and I we'll sit there. We have photo ops, like photo sessions. Right. And we don't take straight photos unless people demand them. We go, okay, what's going on? And like literally, we'll grab people and like hoist them on our shoulders, and like we'll like
hover hands,
ripping them apart. No, she's mine. No, he's mine. Whatever. We do silly stuff. Hop on our backs and be like animals, and play a tauntaun, like silly stuff because we're there to have fun, right? I don't know. That's how I look at it. I'm going to enjoy myself.
I wish more people did 100% did that. So when is your next? Do you know when your next convention is? Can we plug that here?
Well, no, I don't.
Because I want to go if it's near me.
You people out there, let your convention people know that I'm available. In all seriousness, it's been so quiet lately because of like the writer's strike and actors and this and that. But I may be going to one coming up this summer, but I can't talk about it yet. So not allowed to talk about it. But I'd like to. I love going to conventions. I went to Carbondale, Illinois, a couple years ago when the eclipse was happening, rather. International sign for eclipse. There you go. Anyway, that was amazing. We went and had such a great time there. I met some really cool people. My hometown, I went to one called Grand Con because it was in Grand Prairie. I literally sat. It was me, George Takei, and Lou Ferrigno.
Oh my! Come on. You're about my age, and I know exactly what that means.
Are you kidding me?
I had your lunchbox.
That's right. Lou Ferrigno, though, too. George and Lou, I love them both. Lou is part of the reason why I graduated high school. And I met him years ago at a convention in Dragon Con. Dan and I met there. And I said, sorry, Mr. Ferrigno, I don't mind telling you the story. You heard it a million years ago, and I know you meet people, but I got to graduate partially because of you. And he's like, what do you mean? I did a special report. It was part of things as I dropped some science class or whatever, and I needed extra credit. So I did a weightlifting routine and body and like, physicality, food, whatever. And I logged everything. But I read his book and Schwarzenegger's book. And I followed those two guys. And I found, Lou's a bit more personal because like he was a child that suffered, hearing loss, etc. Anyway, so I told him, I said, I did all this report, and I was not huge. I was just ripped when I was 17. I was just, because I was a swimmer, I was a runner, I was whatever, and I lifted weights.
People saw you without a shirt every day, all day long. Of course you were going to work out.
Yeah. There you go. But I said, and then I got my extra credit. I needed 6 extra credits, and I got it partially because of you. And he says, that's the best story I've ever heard, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's a terrible Lou voice. Yeah, but he was a really cool guy.
That's cool. Hey, we're going to get out of here. I do want to remind people, we have a question here. Super Vandal, there is zero way these two aren't related. Us?
Who? Oh, us guys. I guess so, yeah. If I darken my eyebrows in, Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those don't go. My dad had them when
Mine went platinum a few years ago. This one's sort of white, and these went platinum. There you go. Luckily,
I started graying right here. like just this blob.
Yes.
Like it didn't go evenly or gracefully. It was a
Well,
nightmare.
I have a little bit of blonde left. I got a little blonde there, but it was so bad. It reduced at one point. I just had a little blonde like this, and I'm like, oh, great, I'm blonde Hitler. Awesome. You know,
Well, you've played a
there you
lot of
go.
Germans, and you have a
That's the
dachshund.
piece of TV. No, it's true. Piece of TV I'm the most proud of is the Outer Limits episode, Tribunal, that I did, where I played the real life commandant of Auschwitz. And it was Leo Egan's survivor story written by his son, Sam Egan. We're still friends to this day, Sam and I. And I went and visited his father at the Jewish Home for the Aged in Reseda, California. The guy was amazing. He wrote Holocaust poetry till the day he died, I think. Just tremendous people. And I mean, we kept the memory of the Holocaust alive, so we never repeat it. And there's the goosebumps. There we go.
Goosebumps. I get it. My camera's not good enough. But yes, I felt it when you said it. I felt it when you said it. I really did. Hey, thank you, Leslie, for getting the information we just had up on the screen with the Bloodlines release info. Leslie, you're amazing. Thank you. She watches every show.
We are not worthy.
She has changed lives. Amazing person. Thank you. Hey, thanks for putting that up, guys. I have one last question before I tell everybody go see Bloodlines. Get out there, go do it. The reviews are amazing. Alex, I've seen another interview. You've described it as a perfect movie. There's a lot of good buzz about this. I'm gonna go see it. I was going to anyway, but like now it's on the top of the list, and I'm gonna pay for it this time. That sort of thing. It's so easy to wait for a movie to show up on a streaming service that maybe you're already paying for, and I'll go out and see this
in the cinemas. See it in IMAX. It was shot in IMAX. You got to check it out because it's so beautiful. It's big. The sound's better, and I'll tell you straight up, it's so well crafted. It's so well made. It's so well put together. I mean, I'm not a big scary movie fan. I was mesmerized by that film. I mean, I've seen it 3 times, and it has gotten better. And I've noticed new things every single time. And I'm not saying that because I get no financial benefit by everybody going out to see the thing. I'm just saying you want to have a good movie experience and have a fun time. And if you're not a horror film, don't worry about it. There's humor like crazy. There's tons of family moments. There's like heartbreak and horror.
A little bit. Yeah. But that's what life is. It's great, and then sucks. That's what life is. And then you die. Yeah. I have one final question for you, and I don't usually do this, but I like this question so much. I really want to get to it because, again, you've done so much, and thank you for your time, first off. Let me get there in case we don't get there. I love talking to you. I love learning from you. You're still a teacher. You've taught me so many things in just this hour, so thank you for being here. It means a lot. I appreciate it. And my last question, unless anybody has something for the screen, because of all the work you've done across so many genres and producing and writing, if I were to write you a check, let's say I was a secret billionaire, I wrote you a check and said, film whatever you want as a writer, director, whatever roles you want. Here's a check. What type of movie or what genre, where would you go with it? What have you always wanted to see on screen with you in it or near it?
You know what? Years ago, I started a film, writing a film called The Blue Room. And it was sort of about me and growing up as a kid in like rural Alberta and the experiences of like, and then getting into movies and stuff like that. And then The Blue Room was because it's the first memory I have. It was the first time I was separated from my mother that I can remember. She had to go and get a gallbladder operation, and I was left with the relatives, and I stayed in a blue room. And when I was 4 or 5 years old, I described this to my mom, and she's like, "No, you can't have a memory of that." When I was 13, "No, you can't have a memory of that." Totally remember that. So there's that. But in all honesty, I've always wanted to I would do a stage version of It's a Wonderful Life because it's my favorite film of all time. It really is. I love that movie.
How are you going to do the pool scene?
Well, you know what? They imply it in the back. I saw it years ago, and it's implied. The pool scene is implied somehow. I can't remember how, but anyway. But yeah, so I would do that. And funny enough, I was talking with my buddy Devin the other day and my buddy Callum today about doing that. And he wants to do the Yellow House at Arles, which is about Van Gogh and Gauguin, who lived together and painted together for several months. So I would do one of those two.
Okay. That's a fantastic answer. Thank you. Thank you very much. now I want to see a stage version of It's a Wonderful Life. It is one of my favorite movies too.
It's really good.
That's my when I do my
the-
go-to Jimmy Stewart impersonation. It's throw up a rope and I'll pull the moon down to you, Mary. Like it's because it's stuck in my head. Yeah.
Well, check this out. A longtime friend of mine, Bernard Cuffling, plays the maitre d' in Final Destination. He's great in it. Just had to talk to him. He's almost 80 now, and he's just amazing man. And he played Clarence the Angel in the stage version here in Vancouver.
Okay, I thought you meant like that guy's still alive. Cool. Thanks. I'm going to go on my way to find one, the nearest one I can around here. I think my next planned theater event, and I believe it's theater event, is The Wizard of Oz at the Sphere in Vegas.
Oh, wow. That would be interesting.
I'm interested about mashing all that together and how they're going to do whatever they're going to do. So, yeah, it's something unique, and especially even older to see modern takes on it. It's something I know really well. It really does appeal to me. So I hope you get to live one of those. And if you do, please come back and tell me, or email me at the very least. I'm fascinated by what you've done and where you're going.
Thanks, buddy. Give me a shout. We'll come back, and I'll wear another Dachshund shirt. There you go.
Please do. I'll get a shirt of my dog is I don't know. She's more like a plesiosaur.
Yeah. What kind of dog is it?
She's a mutt. She's we call her a Zoomy Floofnoodle. She's a little. We had the DNA tested because we're stupid, but it's a little bit of everything. Right. She looks mostly like a mix between a husky and a Labrador, with a little bit of goofy thrown in.
She must be very friendly.
And her tongue is twice as long as her mouth. It just sticks out all the time.
That's awesome.
She walked in my house, and we were gonna see if she would mesh with us. And she sat on the floor and looked at me, and her tongue rolled out of her mouth. She's like, "Hi." I'm like, "You're in. You're staying." Awesome. And she never. Yeah, she was ours. She literally the people who wanted us to meet her brought her stuff in right after that. Like they knew I was sold. Like I'm a sucker.
There you go. That's awesome. Buddy.
Hey, thank you so much. We're going to get out of here. We're at our hour and 10 minutes, even more. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We have our pre-recorded episodes that we're going to chop into bits. They're going to be live. We're taking a break next week, and we come back the week after that, I believe, with Howard Scott Warshaw, the man who invented ET for the Atari 2600. And if you know anything about me, you know I liked that game, and you're wrong. It didn't kill Atari. So we're going to interview Scott. He's a psychologist in Silicon Valley. He has a book out. We're going to talk about all that stuff. So tune in next week. Alex, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thanks, Nathaniel.
So yeah, everybody, have a great night. Have a great one. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Be safe out there. Treat each other well.